Hi, guys. Welcome to the Highly Strange Days podcast on the Power Women Network. Tonight, Shannon and I will be embarking on a thrilling journey as we explore urban legends state by state. Join us as we uncover the bumps in the night as we dive into the mysterious world of folklore. Get ready for a spine-tingling adventure that will leave you on the edge of your seat tonight. I'm going to roll some credits while we wait for the rest of the crew to roll in. Special shout out to our replay crew. How was your weekend, my loves? Hey guys, welcome to Highly Strange Days. I'm Amy.
And I'm Shannon.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue. Here in the haze where you inspire me. Here in the darkness I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart of sin and you. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you. Here in the blue, I'm dancing with you tonight, and it feels fine. Carefully strumming this old.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing tonight? I'm a little thrown off because I had huge tech issues just before I came. I had everything set up, and now everything's not set up. But such is life. I did see that there's another hurricane barreling straight for me. Florida, enough with the. Anyway, I am going to welcome Shannon onto the show. I think she's with me backstage. I see her. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
You ready to talk state by state urban legends?
I sure am. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Let me get everything together.
Oh, again. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
What did you do this weekend?
I really didn't do much this weekend. I actually got to experience singlehood for a little bit longer because Chad went to his best friend's house and they did bro things, and then they did stuff around the old house.
That's always good to do.
Yeah, I love it. I love having a little bit of me time.
Yeah, it's always nice. I don't know. I'm living alone these days and I'm kind of liking that, but I don't like where I live, and I'm going to have to move. And I know that's coming up soon because I just can't afford where I live, and it's not even a nice place, and I'm struggling, and I've got to figure it out. And I think that's what's causing migraines and stuff. And I just need to figure out my situation. So.
Oh, I'm sure that is it. Oh my goodness.
But I'm envious of you. You figured your shit out, so yay.
It took me a long time, but yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought we would go I have a few things. I have some video and I have some things to read so we can like pop back and forth like we did last week.
Sure.
And just try to compare sites and see what they have to say. But today we're going to go with the Travel Channel as our written news source.
Oh,
We
cool.
will often not read everything in its entirety. We won't show everything in its entirety or speed up or talk over it, but I will put everything in the description over on YouTube. We're coming to you today on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Hi, everyone. And yeah, everything will be over in the description on YouTube if you want to, like, if you just want to do it on your own, because I get sometimes you just don't want the talking and stuff. You just want the facts.
Right.
Okay, so this is from 2022, so it's pretty recent.
Yeah.
And yeah, creepy urban legends from each state when there's something strange in your neighborhood. And I guess, you know what? I'm going to pull up the map of the United States too.
Oh, okay. Boy, this isn't in alphabetical order. They have Alaska before they have Alabama.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I think I'm going to pull up United States alphabetically like I did last time. Okay. Alrighty. So we're gonna go with Alaska. And according to Inuit legend, the Qualapec is a woman-like creature with long hair and long nails who lives in the water and tries to lure children in so she can kidnap them. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like maybe it might have been on the last one.
I know. So for the video, I have two videos that we can pop back and forth to. And let's go with this one. This is mental floss. Let me get to the first part of the United States.
When you think about a mythical stairway to hell, chances are you don't picture it in North Dakota.
Oh, wait. Is she not going state by state? I mean, alphabetically? I don't think she is. Hold on. I think this one goes alphabetically.
Yeah, this one's too difficult.
I've been a kid with a dream, and
it was all set up before I went live, but I had to reboot because everything froze.
Washington. 13
Oh,
steps.
so he's gonna go alphabetically either. Whoa! Why would they like pop over into Washington and not go to Alaska or Alabama as your first state?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
what would make you say I'm gonna do Washington first when I'm going state by state? I have to tell you something weird that's been happening in my apartment while I get this all situated. Ever
Yeah, tell
since Maybelline passed away, my closet door will not stay shut. It just won't stay shut.
Well, that's
And-
weird. Was she ever
and she
like
never-
really?
No, she was never really curious of the closet. Never.
Uh-huh.
And I don't understand why it's happening. One night, I literally woke up and the closet door was wide open. Like the door's never been wide open. Like ever. And I'm a closet. I make sure that the closet door is shut when I go to bed, and the bathroom door, because I don't want to see in the closet and I don't want to see in the bathroom because there's a mirror in there. I want to deal with
Oh yeah,
it.
that's creepy. Yeah. Well,
So I don't understand it.
I have one possibility. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Maybe when she was there, she protected you from whatever is opening that door.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I know.
It worries me because I did have that incident when I lived in Hillsdale of the reptilian that came out of the closet, and ever
Right.
since that, I don't dig the closet at all. Like, I've never really, I mean, who likes the closet? But
Right.
I can't. I don't know.
Well, she can still protect you from it if that's the case. Just ask.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so I'm not finding an alphabetical one, so we're just gonna have to like have fun with it and just go to North Dakota and to Washington and just kind of freeball it tonight.
Okay,
So do you
sounds
want
good.
to find out what's in North Dakota or in
Yes.
Washington first? Which one?
Oh,
North Dakota, Washington.
we might as well do Washington since we're right here.
Okay.
Steps at Mulvey Cemetery. The Mulvey Cemetery in Washington has a strange legend that involves visions of hell and more. So this cemetery, located near the city of Bothell, is said to have been actively used between 1905 and 1967. Within that time period, one of the wealthy local families buried a member there, in a grave that was lower in the ground on one side. In order to access it from the backside, they built steps that moved from the ground level downwards. The exact count of these steps was 13. Over time, legend began that if one walked down these 13 steps and touched the entrance to the grave, they would momentarily see visions of hell as soon as they turned around. Those who witnessed such occurrences said their friends would, for instance, collapse at the bottom and begin screaming in terror at something no one else could see. Some people even allegedly disappeared from the steps and allegedly reappeared miles away. Also, some children apparently ended up never being able to speak again after reaching the bottom step. Eventually, due to the high interest in the specific grave, the steps were covered up and a no trespass policy was made for the entire cemetery. It's said that people still break in though and try to figure out where the steps are, even going around reading headstones. Oregon.
Interesting about the steps, because remember that
Yeah,
show we did on the steps?
the stairs in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. What's up with creepy stairs?
I don't know, but there's definitely a significance there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's pop back over to the other one. I also have this one that I thought was kind of fun looking. I don't know how much you can. Hold on, let me make it. Well, I'm at 100%. It has this, but I don't think I could even read it because it's so small. But this was kind of fun. It had like even pictures from state to state. If I could
Oh,
only
I
read
like
it.
that.
I know, me too. If I could only read it. Can you read it?
Let me see if I can make it bigger. Oh, it's blurry.
Yeah, I know. I just couldn't get it to get bigger. But anyway, okay. So it must be like a picture, like something you can buy or something. All right, so let's go to Alabama. Alabama, there's a dead children's playground next to the Maple Hill Cemetery in Huntsville where swings move on their own and abducted children may have been buried in the 1960s.
They may have,
or
huh?
may not.
And those
Swings move on their own.
So they don't have like breezes in Alabama?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
So they don't.
Let me see.
Why doesn't someone look into that if there may have been abducted children buried there?
They may or may not be there. We'll never know. Let's go over to a different one. I just quickly while we were talking. So this one is starting. We're in Alabama. This is Huggin' Molly. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Cruising through southeastern Alabama's Henry County, you'll stumble upon Abbeville, once named Yada Abba by the original Creek people. This unsuspecting, quaint colonial town is rumored to be home to a terrifying 7-foot tall woman who dresses in all black and prowls the streets. Oh, this is horrifying at night
It is.
with a singular purpose: bear hugging children and shrieking defiantly into their faces. Anybody who grew up in Abbeville grew up knowing the legend of Huggin' Molly, says local Jimmy on Huggin' Molly's website. If your mother or dad didn't want you to be out after dark, they'd tell you Huggin' Molly would get you. The
Oh,
story goes,
man.
I know, all the way back to the early 1900s. This sounds like another one where parents didn't want the kids to run off and get in trouble, so they created this. There
Yeah.
are various origin stories, and some, Molly's the typical bereaved mother who spends her years in tortured limbo trying to alienate her grief with living children, and others, she was a woman murdered during a nightly stroll.
Wow.
Yeah, so wow.
Huh.
I mean, it sounded more terrifying until they said what she says.
No, that's not what she says. That was some guy quoting about her.
Didn't he say, and shrieking, defiantly into their faces. Oh, deafeningly. Sorry, deafeningly. I thought deafeningly into their faces. Anybody.
Yeah.
I thought that's what she shrieked. I'm like, that's not so terrifying, but okay. I got it. I don't know. All right, so we already did Alaska, so let's pop over to Arizona, and we've got the Navajo skinwalkers. You want to read this one?
Ooh, yeah, sure. All right. The Navajo tribe currently numbers around 300,000 and inhabits the American Southwest, with a large population in Arizona. The Navajo have been in the area for over 1,000 years, appearing in Arizona circa the 1700s. Whether you're an Arizonian Boy Scout hearing ghost stories at Camp Geronimo, or a backpacker enjoying a campfire under the Sonoran Desert's peaceful skies, chances are you've heard of the Skinwalkers. Legend has it that shamans, Navajo medicine men, would sometimes practice the witchery way for malicious purposes. In a sort of Faustian bargain, a shaman commits an unspeakable act in return for shape-shifting powers, among others. Thus, a skinwalker, or Yi Naaldo-Oshii, as Navajo call them, is born. Skinwalkers aren't just a spooky bedtime story for Navajos, who, by the way, won't mention the creatures by name. Skinwalkers will terrorize anyone they can, though most of their work appears to be of the trickster variety. They'll look into your window or knock on your walls. Some people report seeing a humanoid creature keeping pace with their car. Supposedly, a skinwalker is not immortal, so they must continue gathering the dark resources they need to live on. Some Navajos believe that skinwalkers were victims of the tragic Long Walk of the Navajo in 1864, driven to black magic for their own survival. The Navajo witch purge tried to end them in 1878, but the urban legend's survival to this day suggests it was unsuccessful.
Oh, I didn't know that they were supposed to be from that purge, from that long walk.
Oh, from the Long Walk? No, I didn't know that either.
That's interesting. I did find a woman online that's going to be joining us. I have to book her, but I think she's a Cree Indian, and she's going to come on and talk about their ways and also talk about the indigenous women epidemic, that they're being slaughtered and stolen from just taken from their tribal lands, and it's just horrible. So, but she's going to come on. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm all over the internet looking for people, you guys. So if you want to come on the show, let us know. And I am on Facebook. I'm on over on TikTok. I am on Instagram, and I'm looking for people to come on. And you are too, right, Shannon?
Yes, I am. I haven't been successful yet, but I'm still working on it.
Okay, so let's keep going. Let's go on to Arkansas. Highway 365. Ooh, we've got a hitchhiker.
Ooh.
Woodson, Arkansas Highway 365 has a bit of a reputation for a paranormal. Suppose you find yourself driving here during a rainy night. You spot a female hitchhiker, thumb up, standing on the roadside, concerned for her safety. You hit the brakes and tell her to hop on in, little lady. She gives you a destination to take her to the nearby town of Redfield, then quickly falls asleep. As the provided address, you get out and knock on the door. Then you tell the woman who answers that you've brought what appears to be her daughter. Her eyes go wide in shock. She tells you her daughter was struck unalive by a car 4 years ago to the day. You've just picked up the Highway 365 hitchhiker.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, the hitchhiker ones are pretty scary. Let's pop over and look at a little video. I can't link it up state by state. Looks like they're over on Oregon on this one.
Okay.
Head Lighthouse. One of the most photographed lighthouses in the US is Heceta Head in Oregon, and while that is a pleasant reputation, it turns out it also has a sort of dark history that's led it to have a reputation of being one of the most haunted places on the West Coast. Built in 1894, this place was of course meant to keep the light up to warn mariners of Rocky Coast because it needed people to do that. It also housed the lightkeepers and their families. It's said that one of those men, the lightkeepers, had a wife named Rue. Now Rue, in a rather unfortunate incident, happened to lose one of her two daughters to a drowning accident near the area. It's actually suspected that the daughter is the one buried in an unmarked grave near a hill from the structure. Anyway, having lost her, Rue left the place and lived somewhere else far away. When she died though, she apparently came back in search of this daughter. She thus lingers in the lighthouse doing so. One of the well-known encounters with her was in 1975 when Jim Anderson, a workman there, was cleaning a window in the attic. He saw an odd reflection in the window, and when he swung around to look, an apparition of an elderly lady clothed in a late Victorian style gown was there. He of course fled the house, and it's said he didn't return for days, and also completely refused to keep working in the interior. Other sightings were reported after that, and includes things like items moving on their own or disappearing completely, reflections, and disembodied screams. Very strange overall.
It's a very beautiful place.
It was, yeah.
Lighthouses always seem to be haunted.
Yeah, that is strange, huh? Maybe because it's, the man generally lives there like alone by himself for all years, and maybe that has something to do with it.
They witness stuff out in the water. I don't know. Popping back over to the written one, Arizona has its own version of Bigfoot called the Mongolian Monster. It's said to be more than 7 feet tall with deep set red eyes and very long fur. Sightings date back in 1908. You know what, Travel Channel? You need to get with Fangoria and do better. Do better.
Well, you remember that this was the last one on the last one, and it's not Mongolian.
Man, I want to call it Mongolian. All right, whatever. Yikes. Okay, I flipped my glasses off. Hold on a second.
That's okay.
All right, you go ahead and read it. My glasses are
okay.
off. I'm done.
California. The spirit of early 1900s actress Peg Entwistle haunts the Hollywood sign and the surrounding area. Legend has it she committed suicide by jumping off the large H after a bad review of one of her performances. She may even try to entice hikers to leap from the sign themselves.
What?
Wow. Yeah.
There's a lot of those that the women, they like hurl themselves at something because it didn't go right for them.
I wonder if she's ever succeeded in getting someone to leap off of the sign.
I'm sure she has. I mean, because why would why would they have that legend? Like, or it's probably just people doing it, like just committing,
Yeah.
unalive
Yeah.
themselves, and they blame it on her.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Colorado, there's a vampire buried in the Lafayette Municipal Cemetery, and the surrounding town has always had strange lights and odd voices heard in the shadows. During a paranormal investigation, the grave's occupant apparently offered to show his stake to the people gathered. Oh,
What?
yeah, let me see that. Let me get in on that stake. Come on, show it. That would be that would be crazy if that
That would
happened,
be
actually.
crazy. Why does he have a stake? You'd think that vampires would want to stay away from stakes.
Yeah, like he's offering you a steak. That makes no sense. Unless he's a cheeky vampire, who likes to, put a ball gag in and do a little steak action. I don't know what I'm saying.
Wow. That was impressive, Amy.
All right, so let's hop over to North Dakota, because I'm dying to know what's in North Dakota.
Okay, what's in North Dakota?
That's precisely where it's located. In Thankx, to be exact, at the ruins of an old Lutheran church. Go
Ooh,
figure.
Lutheran
The
churches.
church burned down in 2001, but it's been rumored to have been a hotbed for satanic activity involving everything from cannibalism to human sacrifice. Its reputation was so notorious that Charles Manson supposedly claimed that if he ever got out of prison, that's where he planned to go. As for the stairway, it was said to be underneath the church, and although now there's just a memorial to mark the site, some claim that if you get close enough to it, you can hear the screams of the damned as they descend deeper into hell. It's all pretty creepy stuff. But the town of Thankx is interesting too. It was founded in the early 1900s, but has since become a ghost town. You can still visit it, and those who have reported feelings of simmering dread as they walk past the vacant houses and rusted out cars that are all that remains of the old community. Just be careful not to rouse the hellhounds. Those are said to roam the empty streets too, snarling and snapping at whoever dares to overstay their welcome. Why visit a ghost town when you could catch a late-night cruise on a ghost ship instead? Over in Wyoming, there's said to be a haunted liner.
She just popped right into the next state.
She sure did.
Wow. And ever since we did that show about Damien Eccles and the guy who got his storage thing and they found Lori with the ball gag, I've just been thinking about that. I don't know why. That's where I got the ball gag and the steak. These shows are doing wonders for me. So yeah.
Well, let's go back to the Travel Channel because I like their little short excerpts. It makes it go by faster, don't you think?
Well, I like to pop back and forth. I like going all over the place. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did we do? We did Colorado already. Okay.
Yep, we did Colorado.
You're up, Shannon, Connecticut.
Okay, all right. Union Cemetery at the crossroads in Easton has been the site of unexplained paranormal activity for more than 400 years. Legend has it that one of the spirits will leap in front of cars driving by at night. That is scary.
Well, is it? I mean, one of the spirits in front of a car driving by at night.
I mean, if I was driving and something leapt out in front of me, I wouldn't know it was a spirit, and I would swerve and probably hit a tree.
Yeah, and it does say it's a crossroads, so that would be scary at a crossroads.
Yeah.
Yep. So in Delaware, the Rockwood Museum in Wilmington is home to several ghosts connected to a family of merchant bankers. Employees have seen the ghost of a man in a red jacket and a ghostly dog. Like, I just fell asleep reading that one.
Yeah, that can't be the most exciting urban legend out of Delaware. That's pretty dull.
Yeah, it's really dull. Let me see what the other one has for Delaware. Colorado. Oh, this one had Stanley Hotel for
Yeah, but is that an urban legend? I mean, I guess it is.
Well, this one's pretty good. Delaware has a corpse light. In
Ooh.
1655, on Christmas Day, the crew of the Devonshireman ship was looking for a safe harbor. They spotted a promising sign, a lighthouse beacon off the coast of Cape Henlopen State Park in Delaware. They followed it, crashing the ship on the rocky shore and leading to the loss of over 200 souls on board. To add insult to injury, there was no lighthouse there at all. They had fallen prey to the corpse lights, also known as the Bad Weather Witch. Legend goes that British soldiers once massacred a local tribe of Native Americans who were in the midst of a wedding celebration. The survivors of said event, in retaliation, enacted a drum of stone curse, and thus the corpse light would lure unwanted European visitors to a watery, rocky grave.
Wow.
Yikes. That's scary.
I mean, if someone interrupted my wedding, I'd be pissed. But I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I'd do that. But it is rude to interrupt a wedding.
Yeah, I guess so.
How rude. Okay, you can read
Oh,
Florida.
this one, that one looks like what we did that one winter back in Hillsdale.
Oh, yes, it does. Are you gonna read it?
Okay, Florida. Drivers should put their car in neutral at Spook Hill in Lake Wales. A spirit lurking nearby pushes cars uphill. That's one strong spirit.
Yeah, it's a very strong spirit. In Georgia, Lake Lanier outside of Atlanta was created by flooding a valley that swallowed at least one cemetery, and the spirits of the people who are now in watery graves apparently reach out to swimmers spending a day at the lake. I find that terrifying.
That is very terrifying. Oh my God.
I don't want to be
'Cause,
swimming and have spirits reaching out. Nope, 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 nope.
yeah, because they could like pull you down.
Yeah, and I love going in the water too. Oof.
Ugh,
But Lake
no.
Lanier, isn't that one of the ones that has one of the monsters in it? Lake Lanier?
Maybe.
I think it does.
Is it named Lassie?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like, yeah. You want to read the next one?
Yeah. Hawaii. Drivers along Pali Highway in Oahu should be wary if they travel with pork. The food displeases a pigman god, and cars will stall and refuse to start if anyone tries to sneak pork past the god.
What? I wish pork wasn't so delicious. I don't want to eat it anymore, but it's so good. I haven't eaten it in a
is so
long
good.
time. But I've heard
Oh,
it's full of
Amy.
parasites and stuff, and I don't know. I'm not down for parasites.
I've heard that too. But maybe if you cook it really good. Don't eat rare pork.
Who eats rare pork anyway? I want to talk to you if you do, because
Right.
rare pork and chicken, no.
No. But
Iowa.
bacon.
Yeah, bacon is so delicious.
No.
A deadly train crashes outside of Charles City in Iowa left a permanent mark on the land when several children were burned to unaliving. Visitors to the site say they've smelled the faint smell of burning wood and found charred children's bodies.
Toys.
Oops.
Not buddies.
Found charred children's Mongolians. Found charred Mongolian children's bodies. Sorry, it's not funny, you guys. I'm just, I don't know why I do this. Anyway, found charred children's toys. Ugh.
I mean, finding charred children's bodies, while tragic, is a lot more exciting than finding charred children's toys. So maybe maybe you were hoping for tragedy. More
I
excitement.
can't even imagine finding that. Like, I would rather do the toys, I would say. Geez.
Oh
Okay.
no, of course.
And the faint smell of burning wood, why? Like, that's like gross to me. But
Yeah. Okay. You want me to read Idaho or do you
yeah,
want to?
let's go every other. You like I did Iowa, you do
Okay.
Idaho. Boop, boop, boop.
All right. Idaho. Watch yourself in Payette Lake. Idaho has its very own version of the Loch Ness Monster with sightings reported for at least the last 100 years.
I'm just still shocked that Idaho has like a Loch Ness monster for some reason.
I know all the landlocked states do. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
It's very weird. Like there must be something underground that's linking all of these things or something.
You would think.
Yeah. So in Illinois, don't stop the hitchhiker near the old Willowbrook Ballroom on Archer Avenue near Chicago. She'll disappear from your vehicle as you pass the Resurrection Cemetery. According to local lore, Resurrection Mary loved to go dancing and kick up her feet and still searching for a dance partner even in death.
I have heard about that one. That is a
I
very
have
well
too.
known one from Illinois. Yeah.
Did we talk about her?
No, not
No.
recently. I've heard about her before though.
Oh. I didn't know if like she
Indiana.
liked to dance either.
What?
I didn't know she liked to dance. Dance, dance, dance.
I don't know if I heard that or not. I do know that she's trying to, get into town.
Yeah, I did hear that, but I didn't know she liked to dance. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay.
Indiana. Follow the rules in the 100 Steps Cemetery in Brazil, Indiana. You must count as you use the steps, or you will guarantee your demise. But you can't skip the steps either. The spirits will push you if you try to walk uphill in the grass. Wow.
Wow. Why are they pushing you?
Because they want you to walk up the steps.
No walking on the grass. In Kansas. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, if I could do 100 steps, I would try that. That sounds intriguing, but I there's no way I could.
Like have someone pushing up walking up the steps and then someone walking up the hill. That would be interesting. Yeah. I would do it. In Kansas, Fort Leavenworth National Cemetery is rife with the spirits of the soldiers buried across the 36-acre cemetery. It's common to see ghosts of men wearing uniforms from several different wars, including different wars, walking through their tombstones.
So they kind of
add something there at the end.
So they kind of gang together all the different soldiers.
Yeah. Huh. I have seen cemeteries where it's the soldiers area. There's one in Kentucky in Hillsdale there's the soldiers area.
Yeah. I wonder if they like hang out together and talk.
Oh, I would hang. Maybe it's a neighborly thing. Like they come out at night and they do old war stories.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that the soldiers from like the Revolutionary War or the Civil War would love to talk to more recent soldiers to hear all the exciting things about war.
Yeah.
That have changed throughout the centuries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Kentucky. If you check your rear view mirror while driving along Sleepy Hollow Road in Oldham County, you will be shocked to see who's tailgating you.
I think it's shocking that they don't tell you who's tailgating you.
Well, it is Sleepy Hollow Road.
Oh, is it the Headless Horseman?
I would think so. We just started watching that tonight, the series. I watched it when it was first out, maybe one season. And Chad has seen like one episode, so we're gonna start watching it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
My door just opened. I just can't even stand it.
Have you tried to secure it closed? Like put something heavy in front of it?
I had something heavy in front of it, but Junie does like to perch on it. So during the day, I open it slightly. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Here, let me pop us over to one of the videos. And
Sure.
Yeah.
California, the monster of Elizabeth Lake. One arguably fascinating bit of this legend is that the monster in question was apparently so freakishly scary that some of the locals, terrified to the core, sold their land or completely just abandoned their property. First sighted on the lake in 1880, the monster is said to have the neck like that of a giraffe, also a bulldog's head, wings like a bat, and 6 legs. It's estimated to be 50 feet long and emitting a very nauseating stench. Now, since that first sighting, more reports of sightings have come out, something which caused locals to continuously get terrified of the entire place. In the dead of the night, those encountering the monster would hear awful screams around the lake and get terrible visions. This would be followed by the disappearance of farm animals, and often a flying creature would be seen in the skies. And although able to fly, its habitat was a lake. Why the lake? Well, apparently, the devil himself made this creature as his pet and placed it there. And even more scary, there are claims that if you went deep enough into the lake, you'd find a passageway to hell, to the underworld. Some really believe this to be true, as the lake sits on top of the San Andreas fault line. Some have also been convinced of the creature being real, as there was no other explanation why farmers would avoid the otherwise fertile area near the lake. As to whether it still exists, the answer is conflicted. Some say it was killed by cowboys in the 1890s in the Uwachaca Mountains. Others believe it got wounded by a farmer, Miguel Leonis, while he was using a rifle, and it just retreated to the lake where it continued to lurk. Also, complicating this legend even further, there are suspicions that the monster was actually a pterodactyl, the prehistoric flying reptile, with a picture to back that up. But if you have common sense, you know that that is horribly fake. I say that a lot, don't I? Horribly fake. Okay, it's just regular fake. It's not horribly fake. Actually, it is kind of horribly fake. It's a bad Photoshop. But let's head on to Alaska. Alaska.
Okay. Horribly fake.
Yeah, it looked pretty fake to me.
Yeah, it did look fake to me too. You know, there's a hurricane coming, so maybe like the wind is blowing stuff around.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Let me get us back over to the other page. Louisiana.
Oh.
If you have a rose on the grave of voodoo practitioner Marie Laveau at the St. Louis Cemetery, she may use her magic to make you levitate. Ooh, that'd be cool.
I heard that you're supposed to leave her vodka.
Vodka? Oh.
Yeah.
The Holzer Files, Phantoms of the Fire.
Ooh.
Do you remember, I forget her first name, but she was Hans Holzer's daughter. I think she has her own show now. I can't pull up her first name. I was kind of friends with her too. She came on the show a few times.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I know who she is.
I can't think of her first name. Okay, go ahead.
Massachusetts. All right, let me zoom in. The train tunnel between the towns of Florida and North Adams is haunted by the spirit of the more than 200 people who died during its construction. If you get close enough, you can hear their whispers.
I didn't know there was a train from Florida to Massachusetts.
It's the town of Florida in Massachusetts.
Oh, the towns. Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, in Maryland, the goat man is lurking in the forest outside of Bowie. A creature said to be an experiment gone. I think there's a lot of these. horrifically wrong
Mhm.
was the head of a goat and the body of a man and chases intruders away with his axe. I think there's a few of these creatures that they created that have gone kind of wrong.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. Like what was it? The crab man, or did I just make that one up?
No, I
I
think
made
that
that.
there was a crab man last week for sure. There's a
Okay.
crab man. Yeah.
Maine. A teen was transformed into a babbling white-haired shadow of himself after he was lowered into a wishing well in Sebatus. Legend has it you can still hear him screaming in a nearby asylum.
Ooh.
Why did they lower him into a wishing well?
I don't know. This doesn't give you details. It just tells you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Michigan is super short. Michigan, there's a mysterious light that appears almost every night near Paulding. It's the lantern from a train brakeman who died in an accident, but he's still on the job.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Paulding and see the Paulding light.
Yeah, I have too. That's very famous, actually.
Yes. I'm glad that was it because I was hoping that was going to be it.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay.
I think last week I said that Michigan was going to have the Paulding light. I think.
I think you did, actually, now that you're saying that. You know what I also realized the other day about you? You and Wednesday sound a lot alike. When I'm redoing stuff and I'm listening to your voice, you sound like Wednesday to me.
I
You
do.
Yeah, you do. You have the same inflection in your voice and stuff. One day I will have to show it to you, show you the evidence.
Well, she has her own podcast, and I
Oh,
was
does she?
thinking about
Okay.
checking it out. Yeah, the Mentally Oddcast, I think it's called.
Awesome. Yeah, listen
Yeah.
to her voice and you'll kind of like, I don't know if you can recognize your voice in other people, but I think you sound like Wednesday. We're talking
Oh,
about one
that's
of
fun.
my long-term friends I've had since like the second grade, and her name is Wednesday Lee Friday. And yeah, you sound like her to me.
Well, that's cool. I'll let her
Yeah,
know you said
cool
so.
person. Yeah.
All right, Minnesota. Pub 112 in Stillwater, Minnesota's oldest town, is home to the ghost of a heartbroken woman who threw herself into the nearby St. Croix River.
Oh,
Uh,
another heartbroken woman.
yeah. I wonder why. I wonder why she haunts the pub if she threw herself into the river.
Maybe she needs to get a cold one. Wore out.
Maybe.
In Missouri, sit in the Baird chair at the Highland Park Cemetery if you dare. It's a toss up whether you will be punished or rewarded for your bravery.
Ooh. Well, that sounds awesome. I want to try that.
Yeah, it does.
In Mississippi, just ignore the song coming from the Pascagoula River. It's a jealous siren who has been luring people into the water since Catholic missionaries arrived in the 17th century. Yeah.
Those Catholics.
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't realize that a jealous siren would be so far inland, but I guess it has the Mississippi River to have traveled deep into the continent, I
well, I
guess.
did pop over to this one just to see, and this one says Mississippi. It's the Singing River, so it must be
Oh, I
something
bet.
about the river.
Well, it might be her still.
Let's see. In Mississippi, the Mississippi is the world's fourth longest river and the longest in the United States. It also overshadows another river in Mississippi, the Pascagoula.
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 According to nature.org, it's one of the largest undammed rivers in the country. And if you walk its banks, you may hear it singing a mysterious, eerie humming sound.
Yeah,
The
I bet it's
Singing
the
River.
siren.
Yeah, the Singing River is the location of a Native American Romeo and Juliet story, but instead of the rival families, Capulet and Montego, is it Montague? Or is it?
Capulet and Montague.
It's rival tribes Biloxi and Pascagoula, according to the Mississippi Gulf Coast National Heritage Area. Yeah, I think it is. This princess defied her own arranged marriage by falling in love with a chieftain. Altima, a bloody war ensued. It ended with the Pascagoula surrounded and outnumbered against the riverbank. Hand in hand, they chanted as they walked in their drowning deaths and ultimate surrender. Ooh. So
Hmm.
they went into the river.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. Do you want to read Montana?
Yeah. Montana. According to Native American folklore, the large cliff above Billings is the site where 2 members of the Crow tribe rode their horses over the edge after the entire village died from a smallpox outbreak. I wonder if we gave them smallpox blankets.
Oh, I'm sure we did. We were just pretty wonderful like that.
Yeah, we were jerks.
We were really jerks.
Mhm.
Real jerks. We owe reparations to the Native Americans and the African Americans, or I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think you're not supposed to say African American anymore. I don't know what you're supposed to say anymore, but I think it's black.
Oh, yeah, we definitely owe reparations. Absolutely.
North Carolina, there's a perfect circle in the woods outside Silver City, North Carolina, where grass won't grow and the soil in the center looks as if it's been burned black. Some say it's the devil's tramping grounds. Woo.
Oh, wow. Okay. North Dakota. Ah, the 15-foot tall Wendigo was once human, but he was cursed to be a giant shapeshifter after resorting to cannibalism.
So I was just thinking the other day, like, what is the difference between a Wendigo and a skinwalker? But there it is. I mean, I don't think skinwalkers are cannibals, are they?
No, I don't think so.
They're just witches, right?
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to meet a Wendigo or a skinwalker ever.
Well, no, I would not either.
Nebraska, stay out of Hummel Park in Omaha. Legend has it that there are albino cannibals living in the forest, and they have no qualms about snacking on park visitors after dark. I've never heard this
Well,
before in my life. I've never
I
heard
have
that
not
one.
either. Wow.
That's all I can say about that.
Just make sure you're not there after dark, huh? New Hampshire. The forest around Archer's Pond in Ossipee is haunted by the tortured souls of a husband and wife who died in a horrific murder-suicide. Oh, schmurder, self-schmurder.
Okay.
They both wander the woods, unable to rest their souls.
Aw.
A lot of couples dying.
Yeah, a lot of couples like to die together, don't they? Or they
Yeah.
didn't back in the old days. I don't know. New Jersey. Stop by the Broad Street station in Newark around midnight on the 10th of every month. You'll probably hear the engine and squealing wheels of the ghost train. If it stops, do not get on. How do you know
I'm getting
if it's
on.
the ghost? Yeah, how do you know though? How do you know it's the ghost train? Is it not supposed to be going by you or something?
Well, maybe they don't have trains that run that late. So if there's one around midnight on the 10th of every month, it's the ghost train.
Just ignore it.
I'd want to get on though.
I would too. I would too.
New Mexico.
Oh, I just
Eureka
popped
Mess.
over to wait real quick. I was just going
Oh,
over to the other site, and it's
uh-huh.
just really funny because Nebraska has radioactive mutant hornets. That's terrifying too. Don't go to Nebraska. I'm staying out of
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Yeah. No, I'm never going to Nebraska. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I will not be
All
either.
right. What did I say? Oh, Eureka Mesa was considered to be a portal to the demon world by Native Americans because I always felt like something was wrong with the area. Imagine how surprised ancient tribes would have been to know the mesa looks like a human skull when viewed from the air. Okay, I need to see this. Can you click on that and does it show you like a picture?
Let me see. No thanks. Can you see? Are you at the site where I'm at? 5 New Jersey urban legends for your.
Yeah, yep, we can see that.
What was it? New. There's. Nope.
That's New Jersey. That's weird. Because we were just talking about the ghost train.
What's
Weird.
the ghost train's name? It's in New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico is what I was looking for. The mesa that looks like a skull.
Hold on a second. Oh,
No, there's no ghost train. It's the mesa that looks
yeah,
like
I
a skull.
know. I had it mixed up. I spelled skull wrong. Let me see if there's any images. Looks like it's this.
Well, I don't remember the name of the mesa. So they just said that the mesa itself looks like a skull from the air.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't find it. So
I'll look it up later.
okay.
Araka.
Nevada. What?
Oh, Araka Mesa. Yeah. Urraca. Okay. I'll look that up later.
Nevada. The bodies of 4 murder victims were found in Robb Canyon in the early 1970s, and the crime was never solved. Their spirits haunt the canyon and torment those who dare venture through.
Wow. I wonder if we solved the murder, if they would go away.
I wonder if that would help them out. I think you're supposed to help people, like when you do the investigations, try to get them to the light at least.
Right. Yeah, that might help. Okay, Washington Irving's Legend of Sleepy Hollow may be one of the most famous New York legends. Does the Headless Horseman still pursue drivers through the woods? Wait, I thought the Headless Horseman was that in Kentucky?
Yeah. He gets around. I don't know. It never said that it was a headless horseman. It just like alluded to it. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's weird.
The other one has New York. They have sewer gators.
Oh, that's awesome. I love sewer gators.
Yeah. And North Carolina has blood rain. Blood rain sounds terrifying, but it's neither a new nor a rare nor a geographically restricted phenomenon. Homer mentioned it in is that the Iliad? Rome founder Romulus allegedly experienced it. Roger at Wendover reported it in 541 AD, and Geoffrey of Monmouth mentioned it circa the 12th century. So it's nothing new, but scientists studied the latter 2 cases and discovered that the blood was actually a species of algae known as blood red algae. YouTuber Joe Scott explains via YouTube, But in North Carolina, the blood was real and it rained multiple times. At least that's how the story goes.
I
Yikes.
kind of don't believe that it was real blood, but that's okay.
You don't?
No.
Oh, gosh. Something. Did you hear that?
That Big Bang?
Yeah, it scared me. Something outside. Man, I hope we're not having a huge storm outside or something. Ugh.
Are you going to be
Okay.
okay, Aim?
I don't know. I'm a little jumpy over here. So how
Yeah.
did I like New York? This one didn't even have North Carolina for some reason. So
Well, no, we did North Carolina. It was earlier.
oh, we
There,
did?
yeah, it's not necessarily in alphabetical order.
Oh, okay. So Ohio
Ohio.
then.
Ohio, there's a tunnel to hell in Blue Ash, but it's on private property. The tunnel is actually a drainage ditch, and visitors who trespass to get there report seeing satanic symbols painted on the drain's walls. Some visitors say they've seen a shadowy demon lurking inside. Yeah, I don't think I would break the law just to see that. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would either.
Hmm.
Surprising that that's what's in Ohio for this too.
Yeah, maybe that stemmed from the satanic panic.
Maybe.
Didn't that start in Ohio?
I think it did.
Hmm.
Um, so Oklahoma, the Hyena holds the distinction of being home of the Green Hill Monster, which is likely a Bigfoot. When police investigated initial reports, they found several unalived animals in the vicinity. Yeah, it's probably Bigfoot
Oh,
in Oklahoma.
I love Bigfoot.
I do too.
We're getting there.
We are.
Oregon. The ghost of a logger who was fatally injured in an accident appears along Cannon Beach. The ghost is bandaged, bloodied, and the scent of rotting flesh wafts around him. He may even leave a bandage on your car. And that's gross. No, thank
That's
you.
really gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Pass. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia's to Nowhere is said to be a mystical bus where all the passengers sit in a daze and no one speaks. The bus apparently only stops for people who have suffered a tragedy, and some say once you get on the bus, you never get off. Well, that's a no thank you, too.
I wonder if they have bathrooms on the bus, like so you can pee.
Yeah, I would hope so. But you're in a daze. Maybe you get depends when you get on the bus.
Maybe. I'm sorry, I keep
Welcome
asking the
aboard.
strangest
Your
things.
depends. I know.
Rhode Island. Tower Hill Road in Cumberland is a popular haunt for a ghost boy and his ghost dog on a walk. Multiple people have reported seeing the same thing without having any prior knowledge of the area's spooky story. Now that's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, that's
that's
a nice one.
to know that
A
they,
ghost.
don't have prior knowledge and they still, report that they saw it. That's pretty awesome.
I like that he's hanging out with his dog too.
Yeah.
South Carolina, Horry County has more UFO sightings per capita, I didn't know that. According to recent data, if you look up while you're at Myrtle Beach, you might just get a glimpse of an alien craft. Didn't know that.
I did not either. I kind of want to go to Myrtle Beach now.
Me too. I want
Yeah.
to look up.
Yeah, that'd be cool. South Dakota, Spook Road near Brandon is apparently enchanted. If you head out of town and count the number of turns, you will get a different number if you turn around and head back into town. That's creepy.
Yeah. Tennessee, the Old Gray Cemetery in Knoxville is home to Black Aggie, a cloaked figure who appears between the tombstones. The cemetery is the final resting place of cholera patients, Union soldiers, and train crash victims. Is Black Aggie one of them? Maybe.
I'm going to say probably cholera.
Probably. Especially if she's wearing black.
Right. Texas. Bowden Road in Huntsville leads to Martha's Chapel Cemetery, and it seems as if the spirits are desperate to hitch a ride back to town with the graveyard's visitors. Oh, no, thank you. Where's my smudge stick? Smudge stick. I'm smudging myself and my car before I leave.
Amen to that. Utah, between the Skinwalker Ranch near Ballard, beyond the Skinwalker sightings, the area is prone to large amounts of UFO sightings. What if the Skinwalkers are actually aliens?
Oh, that is a possibility.
It's always a. I think that the aliens have definitely helped us out here, and I'm sure that there's different alien breeds and they've mixed with us, and so I wouldn't be surprised.
Virginia, don't get skinned by the Bunny Man near Clifton. Legend has it that a crash transport van from a shuttered mental asylum unalived most of the inmates. Not long after, unalived rabbits began appearing in the trees, and authorities finally found an inmate living in the woods. As they chased the inmate to capture him, he was struck by a train. The Bunny Man can be seen on the train bridge where he was unalived.
Well,
I don't know if I've heard the Bunny Man.
I've never heard of the Bunny Man, but I mean, there's a lot of them that get stuck when they have that unexpected passing.
Yeah. And if he was from a mental asylum, then he probably has a lot more going on up there than we realize.
Yeah. Vermont, the Golden Bridge, also known as Emily's Bridge near Stowe, is haunted by the ghost of a woman who died of heartbreak. If you stop on the bridge, Emily may scratch your car, or you may hear dragging across the roof of your vehicle. That's scary.
Yeah, that is scary. Ugh. Do you want me to read the Washington?
Yeah.
Okay. The mining town of Monte Cristo was doomed from the start due to the rough winters in the Cascades. There are still whispers of the old mining town, and the ghosts of the townspeople who tried to make it work are still walking the abandoned streets. You know, my late husband used to live in Washington State, and there is a town where like a huge avalanche buried a train because it was stuck. The train was stuck, and everyone died. I think. Anyhow, it was huge. It was like one of the biggest accidents like that from an avalanche, and it's been just the people have been memorialized through all kinds of ceremonies, and my late husband wrote a song about it, and they played it at one of the ceremonies.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
What's the name of the song?
Oh goodness, I don't remember right now. It was I want to say by Skycomish. I have to sing the song in my head before I can think of it.
do you want me to go on to the next one? You
Yeah.
can think.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably done.
Okay. Wisconsin, a tragic accident involving a troop of Boy Scouts means a road in Stevens Point is rife with ghost stories. Visitors to the area report hearing footsteps in the woods around them and seeing children's handprints on their vehicles.
Ooh, that's spooky.
Yeah. Little kids' handprints on your vehicle. No, thank you.
Mhm. West Virginia. The spirits of 2 West Virginia University students who were murdered and found decapitated in the 1970s are said to be searching the woods for their missing heads near where their bodies were discovered. But isn't West
Oh.
Virginia where the Mothman is too?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just do the Mothman, but okay.
Maybe they just consider him more of a crypto story, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's
So,
true. We haven't had any cryptos, have we?
well, there was that one Bigfoot and the
Oh,
Nessie
yeah, there
and
was been some Bigfoots. That's right.
hmm
Yeah. Wyoming, the Sheridan Inn in Sheridan is watched over by a woman who lived and worked at the end for almost her entire adult life. When she passed away, her ashes were scattered in the building's walls, and she takes her job as guardian very seriously.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the song that he wrote was called Wellington. That was the name of the town that the train was passing through to go into the mountains because it was gonna go into the mountains. Yep. And Wellington.
Wellington. Okay.
Yeah, there's a documentary on it, and I think it talks about the ghosts that are in their area because of it, and they play his song in the background of it.
Well, I'll have to try to find it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to end a little early today. I don't really have anything else. I haven't been feeling that great either. So, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I sure don't. Yep, no, I'm good. I haven't been feeling well either. I think I'm coming down with a cold. So,
Okay. Well, I will see you next Sunday.
All right, sounds good, Amy.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Shannon. Okay, guys, thank you for being here. If nobody's told, be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps us dance out into the algorithm. Party out there. And yeah, if nobody's told you this today, I'm going to tell you this. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here, Heavenly and Chrissy and Hollywood. I'll see you guys later. Hi, guys. Welcome to Parawomenradio. I'm Amy.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue. Here in the haze where you inspire me. Here in the darkness I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart of sin and you. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you. Here in the blue, I'm dancing with you tonight, and it feels fine. strumming his old guitar again.